Welcome back to Social Soto, everyone. I'm Alexis Soto, and I want to thank all of you, first of all, for tuning in to last week. I'm so excited that people actually paid attention to it. It was your very first recap of a television series, and we're going to follow it up this week with another Walking Dead review. It's the perfect way to follow up last week's episode. It was just so much that happened last week. We needed to have a very important breather episode, as this was guaranteed to be. It's really keeping up with the great pace of what this season will eventually turn out to be. We had so many scenes that I just wanted to see, that I actually pictured in my mind and actually saw on screen what I had pictured, and it just was so rewarding. It really dealt with the group getting reacquainted after the fall of the prison, and also just deciding whether or not to tell each other what they've been through on their separate journeys. We start off the episode with Rick and Tara. Rick forgives Tara. He welcomes her to the group. We also have a great scene with Rick and Michonne. Michonne exclaiming that she doesn't miss that sword. She misses Andrea, and Herschel that whatever she has wasn't life before. It was just little moments like that. Sasha and Bob being happy with Tyrese looking over Carol, and Tyrese just having a very candid conversation as to whether to tell the rest of the group about the girls, about what happened to them. Should they even bring it up? Tyrese telling Carol that everyone has to accept what you did. Tyrese is really warming up to Carol at this point. Carol is just really uncomfortable with a lot of what's going on, especially. She just isn't used to this, and it's really starting to affect her what she had done. She's really becoming kind of a social pariah at this point. And Daryl is really the one that sees that and tries to help her out, and tries to, and reminds her the message that you can start over. Thankful. It's like what he said, I owe you everything. I sent you away to this. Will you have us? And of course Carol said yes, but she didn't really feel entitled to answer that. It was just a very nice, cordial moment that I, for one, wanted to see. But Tara now admitted the whole thing, that she was part of the governor's group, to Maggie, and Maggie forgave her, even though we saw the pain in her face and the remembrance of the loss of her father, a fan-favorite character, as we all know, who we still wish would be on the show today. A very interesting and very foreshadowing conversation with Carl and Rick about Carl's like, you have to trust people. Not everyone out there is bad. But Rick is just not having any of it. It's like, this is the way the world is now. Never let your guard down, because you're never safe. And that's just the mentality Rick has now. It's very difficult to understand what exactly is going on. We had a very interesting introduction to a character this week. Father Gabriel, who seemingly unaffected by the zombie apocalypse, hasn't been altered in any way. He doesn't kill people, he doesn't kill walkers, he doesn't carry weapons, for God's sakes. All he does is survive, however God knows what. And it's obvious that he's hiding something. Even Rick says it. It's obvious that you're hiding something. You don't have to tell me, but if it in any way hurts my family, he refers to his group too, I will kill you. And I don't know about this Gabriel guy, but there's something mysterious going on there. Anyway, with Bob, there was a situation when they went out for a run as to whether or not he was bitten by an underwater wonka, which, who didn't see that coming? But the way he just pulled himself away from everybody was really telling as to what he was going through. And then out of nowhere, he gets clobbered, kidnapped, and guess who? Gareth and Terminus are back. And how long until the hashtag phrase barbecue can catch on? Well, I don't know, but really some of the most vile moments happened at the last scene. Probably one of the most memorable moments of the episode was when Gareth revealed the fact that they had cut Bob's leg off. And yes, it was on the barbecue, and he put a piece of it in his mouth and started chewing on it, which I'm really happy that they're dealing it straightforward. Cannibals. They're not to be messed with. They're definitely keeping the story of Beth alive. And anyway, Carol, as she was trying to split town, and Daryl says, you're not going anywhere. The car with the cross that kidnapped Beth last season just went by, and Daryl's like, you're not getting away this time. And judging by the previews, we have a long way to go, obviously, but there's just so many things loved about this episode, in particular the fact that they're bringing back the fear factor. And what a month to have it. It's almost Halloween. It's October. It's the perfect time. And so I'm giving this a 4.5 out of 5, a 9 out of 10. Definitely a solid installment, an A. I loved this episode, and I can't wait to see what's more for The Walking Dead this season 5. And we'll see you next week to discuss the next episode. And thank you once again, YouTube. I am Alexis Sato, and this has been Social Solo.